I live for social media, for my followers, to make sure that they're happy. I've been on Instagram for 7 years. I have right now 199,000 followers. Every move I make since I was little, I've thought about how it's gonna play out on social media. I post like 1 or 2 stories a day. I script some of my videos so they're outlined. Everything I do relies on what people think. I noticed recently that I tend to switch personalities based on trends. If they're vegan, I'm vegan. If they're a feminist, I'm a feminist.
Working was in, so I got a job at Hollister. Working wasn't in, so I quit, because why should I work?
Whatever they believe in, whatever they do, is who I am. I'm very much into like brand names, designer bags, expensive items, nice cars, nice houses, traveling.
If I'm wearing like this bag, I believe retails for like $6,800. I don't actually know, I didn't look at the price. I have spent about $1 million or $2 million on my wardrobe.
I have completely lost my identity through social media to the point where I have now gone through so many different personalities to get people to like me, but it's been very strenuous on me. I don't at all know who I am. I've been mean to some people or nice to some. I'm basically left with an entire following that doesn't like me because I'm constantly switching who I am. I feel right now that no one likes me at all. Every time I look at my following count, it gives me extreme anxiety to see it going down. I'll be losing followers on Instagram to the point where like, it's like, why am I even trying to keep going if no one likes what I'm doing? I've basically constructed a social media prison, my own personal hell, my own personal prison.
How are you?
Good.
Move down, please, and let Kristen sit right here. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm getting booted to like.
Yes, you are.
Ugh, whatever.
So you don't feel like you have any identity other than social media?
I've completely lost my identity outside social media. I mean, I've been on it so long that it's like, how do you know who you are when you're constantly trying to appeal to the masses and change who you are to make yourself liked? I've been on it since I was like 12, so it's like I didn't grow up like a normal kid. I grew up trying to make people like me.
You've been listening to Ava talk. What do you think about what she's saying?
I used to be exactly like that, and it took me falling, dropping like hundreds of thousands of followers a month to realize that like that's not okay.
You think you've become a trend follower?
Of course, I've completely become a trend follower. Like,
so you said you quit your job because working's not in.
Yeah, all of my friends were working, so I quit because I was making at least enough on social media to like live, but like
so
I quit. So
you monetize your social media?
Of course, yeah.
Do you monetize your social media?
What, make money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at her Instagram, and there's almost no way she makes enough money to live off 30,000 followers. Oh my God, I definitely don't.
That's what mommy and daddy are for.
What would you do if you just unplugged for 6 months and you had no social media presence?
Oh my God, I'd die.
I would actually love it.
When is the last time you truly felt authentic?
When I lived in New York, so last year.
And what were you doing?
I was working in fashion. I'm really into fashion. Like, that's something I've always loved my whole life. I was a handbag reseller for Hermes and Chanel. And so that's how I was able to really buy myself everything, because I was making a pretty good living off of it. And I was actually like authentically like traveling or doing things I wanted to do and not showing it.
You were a what?
A handbag reseller.
Reseller?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's like, say like the Hermes Birkin, I have a few of those, but those are like bags that like not many people can get. You have to be invited to buy them. They're like 10 or 20,000 from the store, but I could resell that for like 50.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's
I learned something every day.
Small niche.
Yeah.
Not many people know about it.
Yeah, well, okay, so I'm not completely out of touch.
No.
When was the last time you really felt, nothing to do with Instagram, you really felt like you knew who you were and had an identity?
Maybe it was when I was a kid and I was riding horses. Like then I had like a place in the world that wasn't Instagram related.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is ridiculous. These are haters that are just, for no reason, they just decide to send you these messages.
I get around per photo like 1,000 to 2,000 comments, and on average 80% of that is things like that. I really get to the point where I want to quit and I don't want to do it anymore just because it's hard on me, but at the same time I don't know what else to do.